Welcome everybody to Comedy on Tap. I'm your host Mark Bonto. We have another great show with you today. We have a very funny man, hilarious comic, one of the best comics in the Detroit area. We're going to get to it in a minute. His name is Mike Ball. He is on the show tonight, and it's going to be a great time. I've got a few quick announcements. It was Alex Trebek's. I couldn't even say it's written down. Alex Trebek's birthday just the other day. It happens to be the same birthday as my guest today.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to Alex Trebek. Alex was of course is the host of Jeopardy on TV. I don't know if you heard this or not, but his cleaning woman actually stole some personal belongings from Alex Trebek. He sued her and everything. It was in the news. And Alex knew something was up, though, when the cleaning woman said, "I'll take your wallet and personal belongings for free, Alex." Yeah. Alex said he was scared. But he said at no time did he feel he was in jeopardy or double jeopardy. So a little bit of cute, funny jokes on that one. Alex actually ran after the cleaning woman. He ran after this woman, and he hurt his leg going after the woman who stole his stuff. Actually, he hurt his Achilles tendon. That's what they call it. Or, as Alex likes to call it, the tendon named for this hero of Greek mythology. It's a little Jeopardy joke, and I didn't think you were going to get that one. Let's do it right now, folks. Welcome to the show. The very funny, hilarious Mike Ball. Mike, welcome to Comedy on Tap.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
Yeah. So it's good to have you here.
It's good to be here.
All the way from
Saginaw,
Michigan.
a.k.a. the Nasty.
People say Saganasty. They still say that?
Yeah, Sagnasty.
Yeah.
I like to call it the Saganawesome.
Saginaw. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good one. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
'Cause you're from Flint. You don't know.
Mike, you've been doing comedy for, how long have you been doing comedy now?
Just over 3.5 years.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that up until about half an hour ago.
Oh yeah, when we did the interview the first time. It's our second interview, by the way.
This is take two.
Our first one didn't save, but it's all right.
That's all right. No, things happen.
We're here. We got second chance.
Yeah.
Sometime in life you don't get second chances,
don't.
but here today we do.
This is a big second chance. I'll tell you why. Because Mike, you told me now 3.5 years ago when you started.
Yeah.
How did you start? Where did you start at?
Well, when I first started, I was in Saginaw. There was nowhere really to do comedy. I remember the first time I did perform, it was in between a band. A friend of mine let me go up there and perform in between a band, and then I flew out to Los Angeles, and I ended up interning for Pauly Shore.
Wow.
At the Comedy Store.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So you fly out a lot, you're green, you've never done comedy.
Yep.
And you started interning for Pauly Shore Comedy Store, who his parents owned.
Yep, Mitzi Shore, famous for creating a place where comics can go work out, where some of the best comics in the world have been. It was just crazy when you first go there to the Comedy Store and you look at the wall and you see everything. You see everybody that you love. You got Jim Carrey on the wall, Jay Leno, Ralphie May, and you see everybody. You're like, oh, well, this is the place I need to be.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I performed there in the early '80s. They don't have my picture up yet, though.
I might have seen you. You were in the bathroom for a good time called Mark Bonto.
My picture's up there somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
And I'm happy to do it. So good. So then you start at the Comedy Store in LA, and you're doing comedy out there, and then what happens?
I worked at the Comedy Store, but I did a lot of my first open mics at the Ha Ha in North Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Just got up all the time, just did the open mics, kept grinding. Then I came back to Saginaw during the summer, because what I used to do is cut lawns. I ran a lawn service for 9 years. What I'd do is cut lawns all during the summer and then go to LA during the winter, get my time in.
Wow. Isn't that the way, though, that all comedians, the stand-up, and who make it big, that's how they start. They're either lawn service guys or waiters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're right on the right path.
I think that's the only way to do it, really.
Yeah.
They say Jerry Seinfeld was a great weed whacker,
Do you incorporate any of that stuff? Now, you've done my stand-up show many times, but I don't think I've ever heard you incorporate any of your
Lawn care material?
lawn care material.
I used to have a very bad joke that nobody liked about lawn care, and I don't do it no more.
Can you tell it on TV? This is
Actually, yeah, I can tell it. It's not a good joke. I remember, actually, when I first started doing comedy, I got booked for the Covenant Healthcare Christmas party. It's this big hospital in Saginaw.
Huge.
500 people there. And I go up there and I do this joke, and literally crickets. I was the most uncomfortable I've ever been in my life. Yeah, I don't even know if I want to tell it. It just has to do. Nah, I didn't want to tell it. Yeah, I don't.
But you told the joke, it didn't go over.
It did not.
Because it was a wrong type of material, did not fit.
Not the right material, and I just wasn't ready for the gig yet. Sometimes you get lucky and you get stuff you're not ready for, but then you go right back to reality when you're not ready.
Right.
You know, there's no doubt about it.
That kind of brings up a good point that we didn't touch on the first time. Do you have to kind of gear your set to the audience in the venue that you're playing at?
Yeah, of course.
How so?
You just take a look at the audience and you say, well, what do you think they'll like? And
Right.
try to do your best to gear your material towards that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong.
Do you have a couple of sets that you have in the bag just in case one goes wrong? Now, I know you, and we were talking earlier, that you do a lot of crowd work. You're phenomenal at crowd work.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate
You're a great crowd work guy. So that's obviously improv. You can't practice crowd work.
that. Well, you just practice by practicing, by just doing it, by
Right.
just doing a bunch of crowd work.
Right.
Yeah, that's actually the best way to go, because if you're in a place where the audience is not exactly your demographic, like I did a show for the Rotary Club in Pontiac, and let's see, the average age was like 70 years old. So I didn't think my pancake joke's gonna go over very well. Can't do that joke. So what I do is just incorporate the audience. I talk to them,
Right.
and, make them part of the show.
Right.
And it's a good way to be able to do any kind of audience.
Yeah.
As long as you can connect with people and and make them feel like they're valued and get some laughs. That's all that matters. It's not so much about the jokes. It's just about entertaining people for whatever amount of time you're up there.
And so, has your set evolved? Your main set evolved over the past 3.5 years?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was horrible when I first started. I did like the word. Like I feel like everybody when they first start, they have like a Macho Man Randy Savage a bit.
Okay.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Listen here, brother. Yeah, that's what I did. First time I was just up there going around. I was dumb.
Yeah.
Then eventually you find stuff that works and you keep doing it over and over and over again. And all of a sudden you got something that somebody will pay you for.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you do crowd work and you're phenomenal at crowd work. So,
Thanks.
How did you've got the guitar bit that I was mentioning earlier that it's great because it's original. And you do this guitar bit in, and it's yours, and it's a crowd work. You get people involved. It's got all the elements of good comedy in a club. Well, how did that start? And tell the audience what basically you told me earlier. How did
So this is the second time we're doing this, but I'll explain it again. It's no big deal.
Right.
What it is, I do a bit where I talk to the crowd. I talk to a couple or maybe somebody, and I'll make up a song for them off the top of my head to the tune of Wagon Wheel. And how that came about was while I was in Los Angeles, the last time I was there, I've been there 4 times for 3 months apiece. And what I would do is when I wasn't working at the comedy club, I would go down to Venice Beach and play songs for people for $1 or $2 and just make them up off the top of my head for lunch money.
Wow.
It was fun. Yeah.
That's awesome. And you just incorporated that right into your set.
Yeah, well, you never know. You never know what's going to come back and be part of your life.
Right. Wow. And it's turned out good. And then the venues you play. What are the venues that you play now? We were talking a little bit about the venues that, of course, you've done. I've got 4 rooms in this area. You've done all my rooms. But
yeah, I'm a staple at the Mark Bartos
The funny spot.
spot. Yeah, funny spot. Not the G spot,
No,
the funny spot.
Exactly. But you also do a lot of other rooms around the state.
Yeah.
As well as other rooms.
I run a little business called the Future Comedy Show. We do shows in about 8 venues all over Michigan right now. We just did a show with Nick Guerra, who's just recently on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and Last Comic Standing, Comedy Central. He's been on everything. He just came and did my show at the State Theater. We had a feature for him. It was awesome.
Wow. So, and you put together these shows as well as doing other shows.
Yeah, well, in the beginning, you got to create your own stage. You know, nobody's going to give you anything. You got to get up there and got to make your own stage, like Michael Myers said.
Michael Myers, he's the guy from Friday the 13th.
No. Austin Powers, all right.
Awesome. Mike Myers from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
Oh,
Saturday
okay,
Night,
that's
yeah.
fine. Oh, okay. Now I know. Okay. Speaking of well-known comedian, well, this doesn't even have to be a well-known comedian. Do you have any comics or any? He's smiling because there are anything that you comedians or anybody who really inspired you or your favorite comics, even if it's local. Who do you like?
Carrot Top, that dude is jacked.
Really?
Carrot Top, love that dude.
Is it because of the props? Because you kind of do props.
Because he's gingery like me. I said, if he can do it, I can do it. You know?
Yeah, but he's got curly gingery.
Yeah, well, I'll get a perm. I don't care, man. I'll do it. Carrot Top's on top of the
He's
world.
great. Well,
Vegas.
He's the prop master.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah.
And he's jacked, man. Look at. Whoa.
But you don't do props, so I mean, I wouldn't.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, when I get somebody a ginger brother in,
Okay.
you know what I mean? I say I got a him and Bill Burr, obviously, and then you know.
Go ahead.
Oh, use my yeah, like first starting Dane Cook, loved all Dane Cook's bits because I worked at Burger King. He did the Burger King pickle joke.
Yeah.
You know that one?
Yes.
Pickles. I loved it, and you worked at Burger King too, right?
I did. That was my first. Gig. My first job ever. Burger King.
You worked at. What'd you do there?
What I do? I worked in the back. I made burgers.
They put you in the front.
Well,
a speaker
no,
like you should be in the front.
I was telling jokes in the back.
Well, I mean, whoever is managing that needs to get fired if they're still working there. Because
My manager actually.
you got a face like this and
right.
a speaking voice like this. You need him on the register. That's
My manager actually worked. Had a psychology degree. He's working at he was a manager at Burger King.
yeah. Well, you need to be a psycho to work at Burger King. Oh, psychology. Okay.
People were ordering Whoppers. He said, "I hear a Whopper, but what do you really want?
What do you really want?
I hear ketchup, but how do you feel about it?"
All my life I thought it was a Whopper, but it just turns out I'm a Junior. With cheese.
Were you a funny kid?
Man.
Were you the class clown? You were the class clown.
I had some jokes. I did some jokes, but I did some things. I did some things in school.
Right.
They were all right.
Yeah, well,
Got
we
some
all
laughs.
did that.
Got some laughs in school.
Yeah. Did that inspire you?
I was class president my sophomore year.
You were?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Still hanging on to that.
Now I know you well.
Yeah.
I can't, but still hanging.
Yeah, I remember my
hanging on to that.
first job. I got hired at Bob Evans. I told him I was class president.
Yeah.
They said either you're a very good worker and you're very smart, or you're the class clown. And I was like, oh, I promise, I'm a good worker.
And they found out.
Yeah, they found out that.
When's the last time a class clown was the class president? I don't remember that. I don't remember.
Well, that's why you're only in sophomore year, because there's nothing going on in sophomore year.
Oh, okay.
See, I got fired junior year because all the girls were like, well, we can't have. Yeah, I got fired. I got what did they try to do to Bill Clinton? What was it called? Impeachment.
Yeah, they impeached you as a sophomore president.
Yeah, they said, we need somebody a little bit more focused who's going to organize the prom.
Yeah. Do you have ADD?
Yeah.
Yeah. What comic doesn't, right?
Well, I got some ADD. I got ADD. But it's like a kind of thing is, if I'm not interested in it,
Right.
I can't do it.
Right.
If I am interested in it, I can do it for hours.
Right.
You know, I can concentrate on, I can think about comedy all day long.
Yeah.
But, try to tell me to...
Right. We can't even think of it.
I just
You're
was thinking about comedy again. I didn't know what we were talking about.
What? I lost my train of thought on that one. Earlier when
You too, ADD too.
That's right. Yeah, I went from one thing to another. We were talking about how you comedy, the comedy, what do I want to say, audio and what you need for a good comedy venue. Whereas a lot of comedians don't, but you do at this point.
If you guys are interested in that at home, if you guys are thinking about doing a comedy show, there's a few things that you should know. I don't know how many, I gotta count them in my head. But number one, have good comics. Number two, good lighting, good sound. Make sure you have all the ambient noise off. If you're doing it at a venue, like a bar or something, turn off your TVs, turn off the fans, get people close.
That's don't you already have to be a comedian to kind of put on comedy shows?
I don't know who is exactly our audience right now. Who's watching us?
We got millions of people watching from coast to coast.
Well, if you're watching and you want to put on a show, that's what you do.
So real quick now, tell me some of the stories you've acquired during this comedy career. You were telling me a little earlier about what happened at the one theater that with the woman. Tell me about that. That was a good story. What happened there?
Oh, in Onaway?
Oh, in Onaway.
Okay, so doing comedy, I get to do glorious venues, like in the city of Onaway, 300 people in the whole city, and I did a show out there. And it was rowdy. We get the rowdy locals. And I did my set. It was a pretty good set. And this lady comes up to me after the show, and she wants to buy my underwear.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I sold them for $30. And you got my website up? www.IamMikeBall.com.
There it is,
send me an email on there. I'll send you some buy one get one free underwear, pre-worn.
It's right there on the screen. We'll point to your website.
Right there.
Perfect. Yep. There.
And if you mine are $30 or two for $50.
Right.
You can get Mark's underwear. I'll be selling Mark's underwear for $7.
Yeah.
You can get him. He has the fruit underwear, not Fruit of the Loom, but the whitey tighties with a banana where the banana goes.
You've seen my underwear apparently. How did you get in my drawer?
Well, how do you think you get booked at the funny spot?
That's right, exactly. By knowing where my banana goes. Exactly right.
Well, this is getting awkward.
It's getting very awkward. Anyway, Mike, so she bought your order for $30?
Yeah. It was pretty good. I mean, some people do merchandise. Some people sell T-shirts. Some people sell CDs.
Right.
Me, my underwear that I'm wearing.
Right.
I'll freeball it. I don't care. I need the gas money.
I think I do remember you. Yeah, earlier I said I remember you. You played in one of my rooms right after you did that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you brought that up, and then a girl in the audience wanted to see your bottom half. Is this how you operate? You tell them about your anatomy and then they want to see it? Is that the secret, Mike?
Well, here's the deal. You do comedy, you tell people it's all about the laughs. It's all about the good times, about making people happy. But really,
right.
It's just undercover underwear sales business. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
I'm sponsored by
Hanes.
Yeah, Hanes.
Yeah. And Jockey.
Yep. No, Hanes only.
Hanes only.
I'm right under Michael Jordan, so whenever he retires from the commercials, I'll be on there. Tagless undies.
Well, you've got the right last name anyway. Mike Ball.
Mike Ball, yeah.
Mike, it's been great to have you. Before we sign off now, we have to kind of plug you a little bit. Now, where can we see you? Where can we get a hold of you? You can go to IamMikeBall.com.
All my dates are on my website. Go on there, check those out. If you're watching this in Flint, good possibility you could come see a show I'm helping produce. Ralphie May is going to be in town.
Ralphie May, yep.
Ralphie May is going to be in town, I think August 24th in Flint, August 23rd in Saginaw.
Awesome.
So hopefully this will be up by then,
yeah,
maybe?
2018.
2018. Well, you guys will be watching this, and
no, it'll definitely be up.
Before this gets up, I'll be the best known underwear salesman in the business.
Exactly. Mike Ball. Mike, thanks so much for coming by to Comedy on Tap. You'll come back?
Yeah, whenever you'll have me.
Okay, we'll have you probably in about 10 minutes. Okay, folks, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks so much for joining us here on Comedy on Tap. My name is Mark Boncho. Everyone have a funny night. Good night, everyone. Okay, let's